All right, let's talk about photography here. I heard a podcast yesterday. It was not a recent one, but it was with Neil Young, who is a fantastic artist, uh, musician, and it was by Terry Gross on Fresh Air. I like her style of interviewing. I've actually learned some things from her. But one of the things he mentioned about his learning guitar that I thought was really applicable to photography or any art form is this. He said, it's really important to go deep and find kind of the depths of your art form. And he said one of the ways that he did that was by stop thinking. Like, don't think about what you're doing with the guitar, just play. That's really applicable to photography. You do not want this computer going clickety, 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 getting in the way of your inspiration. Very important. Even when we visualize something, we're not doing it from a kind of a thinking level. We're just, boom, what do I think? What do I think? See, we kind of use those words, but what do I envision? What do I see as the photograph? And boom. That's really important. Turn that computer off. I call it getting in the zone. I talk about it in my books, and I talk about it in videos. When you get into the zone, you're seeing photographs. And they don't just come out automatically. You can have an on-off switch on this. I don't know how you are, but I know when I'm on and I'm seeing photographs, or I'm not. I'm just walking around being a tourist somewhere. I just don't see anything. Nothing pops out at me. And there is that little micro switch that you have to find in yourself. Like, what is it that allows you to just be the artist that you are? And one of the huge things, so we're going to talk a little bit about composition. This is from this book, which is available on Amazon. You should get it if you don't already have it. It's available as an Audible as well. You can listen to it. But if you do that, you got to have either a copy of the book itself or as a Kindle, because you got to be able to see the photographs. I mean, they did a good job, the narrator, of translating everything and describing what the image is, but you really need to have this. So in here, there's a second part of the book, which is about mood lines. And mood lines are emotions. Like, how do you get that emotional content into your photograph? That's what's going to make it pop. Keep this in mind as I critique your photographs. How do you, as an artist, as a photographer, bring about an emotional connection for your viewer? Because without that, it's sort of like serving food that tastes okay, but it doesn't cause a wow. Like, we had a meal yesterday in Sausalito, California, right on the edge of the San Francisco Bay, looking across to San Francisco. And now the view itself was mind-blowing. I mean, you're here on the water, you're looking right out across the bay, and there's San Francisco. But the food caused a wow factor for us. There was a connection. There was something that happened that wasn't just, wow, this is, okay, interesting food. It was really caused us both, my wife and I, to comment on this. And that's what you want with your photographs. You want people to comment. You want them to express some connection there. That is your goal with composition. And you can use these mood lines, which you should know, and you should use them, because a mood is an emotion. And there's a whole bunch of them. They're all positive and negatives of the same idea. In other words, so here you have, this is an active mood line. See how this guy crossing the water, you see that zigzag up there? It looks like a lightning bolt. That brings about the feeling of activity, not being passive, but active. Now, on the next page, we get the counterpoint of that, which is passive. A passive mood is flat. You see that flat line there? That's Lake Tahoe, and it's really flat. And you're trying to bring about that feeling of passiveness. Okay. If you were, I use this example in the book, if you were trying to send home a photograph of how your vacation, you're just out doing stuff, and it's like this and that, and you're surfing and you're water skiing and you're diving and you're doing all this activity, and you send back a picture that looks like this, it does not equate. You want to have your mood actually matching the narrative. So that's the thing I want you to remember, and I want you to think about in terms of composition. You're using the tools of composition. You're using your camera. You're using your processing all in one direction, which is to tell a story that has an emotional impact. Unless you want to take snapshots. Now, I don't think you're here because you want to become a better snapshotter. I think you're here because you do want to up your game and tell better stories and have that connection, that emotional connection. By the way, let's just mention this right here, Jared. You guys, this is the last sale of the year. I'm not kidding. We're not going to have any more sales. And what's the deal at this point, Jared? How do they do it, and what do they get?
Our deal is 75% off on all courses and bundles. And all you have to use is code HOLIDAY22 at checkout. So this is a really cool deal, and we just wanted to do something special as a, thank you to all of you for a wonderful 2022. And looking forward to a really amazing 2023.
And you can get them for yourself. You could give it to whoever it is on your list that you haven't decided what to give them yet. That's the beauty of digital. You can just send them an email and a link, and voila, you got a present for them. Okay, that's all this stuff I'm talking about, as far as composition is in the courses. It's in my books, but it's visually in the courses. And you see me in my composition course going out and showing you examples of how I saw these mood lines, these various lines, and I capture them. It's good to have an example, right? I mean, it really helps. I know that's important in teaching, is not just to talk about stuff, but to actually show you how it's done, show you what I was doing, show you also what my process is, in terms of visualizing it. So that's all in the course, in the composition course. You should definitely have that. You might as well grab the whole bundle. Please subscribe and enable the bell so you don't miss any of our new shows. Like the video and please share it and leave your comments. I love hearing from you. And remember to get out and capture your own images of life.